Good morning, everybody. So today we just seen on the weather report that it's going to be hitting like minus 38 this week, and it's going to be coming very, very soon. So as much as I enjoy adventuring around and getting away from Deerfoot City, with this dangerous cold coming, I want to make sure that everybody back there is safe and warm. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a bit of running around today, and then we're gonna head back to Deerfoot City to check on everybody to make sure that they're prepared and that they know what's coming. So I know a lot of people around the area are new to Alberta's cold, and I got a feeling that they're totally unprepared for what's about to happen. So let's see if we can't keep some people alive. You know, like you all kept me alive for many winters, especially my Patreon members. You guys have literally, kept fuel in my rig, fuel in my diesel heater, and food in my belly in order for me to make it through a few of the rough winters that I had. With that being said, I want to do the same for everybody else as much as I can. Anyway, and we can't do everything, but we can do what we can do. So that's what I intend on trying to do. We're gonna wrap up Starlink right now. I got everything kind of sprawled out right here. Starlink unit. Still got the dish on the roof as well. So I'm gonna go grab that dish, and then we're gonna hit the road. So I'll see you guys when I get back home, as we call it. Disassemble in here. Ooh, she's tight and she's cold. Come on, baby. There you go. Okay, put that right there. I can feel your cold, baby. Alright, this is cool. Since I'm going to be setting it up when I get back at Deerfoot City, because as you guys know, the Wi-Fi there is horrible. I'm just going to kind of leave it open right now. Normally I put it in the box every time. This time we're going to skip on that. Whoa, that stand is cool. Alrighty, let's secure this a little better. My little buddy. There. So what I've got down here is I just got the Starlink unit sitting on the passenger seat for now. Cord up here, coming down. Starlink unit, inverter, and as you guys all know, my battery setup. So I'm gonna just let that sit there right now. Thankfully my van doesn't have enough power to really shift stuff around. And we're gonna hit the road. Sounding good? Okay, you guys, it's a little later that evening. Matt and Chris right now are gone to Princess Auto to get Chris some wire. It's looking like that's all he should need right now to be able to get his system up and running. So I once he gets that and a couple of wire to battery connectors, lugs we call them, or eyelets, whatever. But you know what I'm saying. Once he gets his stuff, he's gonna come back. We're gonna try and set him up with something right away here, because with minus 38 coming very, very soon, happy is if we can get him some heat before that happens. If not, then we're gonna try and get him as close as we can. He does have that propane stove now, so that can save him in a pinch. It saved me a lot of times. But for right now, we're gonna go grab a coffee, check on everybody. But for right now, I'm gonna go grab a coffee and do a little lap, check on, see who I can see in the area, let them all know I'm back, and prepare for the night, because I can see already that snow's starting to fall and that wind is getting really strong. So I'll check in with you guys when we get a coffee. Alright, you guys, it's been a pretty busy day so far. Paige came by, the woman who... Ready? Okay. The woman who I helped with her diesel heater catastrophe in her vehicle with all the spilling diesel and such. I'll be right back. And her diesel heater had plugged up because she was running it on low, where it wasn't very cold. She didn't need all of the heat. Now that we need all of the heat, her diesel heater crapped out on her. So what we did was, I ran it, I kept turning it on a few times with it on high, trying to blow out a lot of that carbon buildup, and tapping the diesel heater casing, trying to, jostle something free with it, and also going out and tapping the exhaust tube and muffler as well, trying to get all that black carbon soot buildup out. And once I had felt, it blew out a nice bit of carbon, it should be somewhat clear. We primed it like crazy, way more than I thought it needed, in order to kind of flood it in a sense, to help clear it out a little more, and also to get that good boom when it finally fires back up, to help push a lot of that excess carbon out. When we did that, right after flooding it and priming it like crazy, it finally fired up and has been running ever since. So we're gonna go and get myself some diesel and fuel, get her filled up with some diesel, and then we should be good fuel wise for the night or the next few days, to just kind of hunker down and ride out the cold. On top of that, we've started to install Chris in the minibus's power system and diesel heater. It's a horrible night to do it, but with the cold coming, we want to give him the best chance that we can. If not, give it a good shot at trying to get this diesel heater in tonight, so tomorrow and the next few days he's not living in, cold, because it sucks, right? So we're gonna do what we can tonight to try and get that in for him. If we can't get it in tonight, hopefully try to finalize it tomorrow. But if we can get it in within today or tomorrow or the next few days even, that's a really good thing, because it'll be a good test for him to have heat in the bus with no insulation or anything yet. But then he can decide how much insulation that he needs to do in order to survive extreme cold temperatures. But yeah, that's what's been going on today. So I'm really happy that we ended up coming back to Deerfoot City. I really wanted to spend some time away from here, but with these kind of cold temperatures, I can't just leave people, in a predicament like I've felt myself in a few times. So yeah, and Matt was actually the one who suggested it to me, Mr. Blur. He was like, you seen the cold temperatures himself, and he was like, hey dude, cold temps coming this week. There's a lot of people ain't prepared, man. We should go back. You're right, man. You're right. As much as I don't want to, the sake of having people freeze to death, we gotta go back. So there'll be plenty of time for adventuring coming up. Plenty of time for that. Right now we just gotta hunker down and ride out this cold temps. So far it's showing we got minus 38, close to minus 40 degrees. And for those Americans, minus 40 in degrees is minus 40 in Fahrenheit. So yeah, it's cold, right? So, but we'll survive. I've survived through a lot worse, with a lot worse. Now I'm kind of actually a little bit excited for dare I say excited. But, this is the one winter that I've been more prepped than any winter, and I haven't had any cold, so it's going to be a little bit exciting to see how I can handle it this year versus all of the other years where I was kind of struggling to keep battery, keep heat, keep fuel, and all of that other stuff. We're hoping that this cold snap is only going to last, a week or so. But if it's anything like last year's cold snap, dang near lasted like a month and a half, 2 months, and that wasn't fun. So hopefully it's just a quick week and then back to the nice temperatures like we've been seeing all winter. But you never know. Right now I'm at the gas station, man. I rambled the whole way here. This is crazy. But we're gonna pull it right now and grab some diesel, and I'll check in with you guys when we get back to the parking lot and start back on Chris's diesel heater and power install on the minibus. Alright, let's do this. Let's do it. Okay, we're good. Woo! Oh! Woo! Hey, you're still rolling. Ooh, I'm such a win for the cold. So I'm grabbing gas right now. Paige is gonna grab some diesel. Then I'm gonna flip around and grab some diesel myself. There's only certain pumps got diesel here at this gas station. Woo! Woo! Okay, about to in for some diesel for her tanks too. It's a bit of a pain to get to. Also, she has a hurt wrist that she wears a kind of a brace on, and I think it might be a permanent, but either way, doing something that requires your hands with a bum wrist is a real pain in the butt. Let me grab some diesel and then we'll head back to Deerfoot City. We're talking like crazy. Anyway. So we're back here in the parking lot, and I'm gonna get out of these PJs. Well, I'm gonna keep them on, but I'm gonna put on more clothes, and then we're gonna go tackle Chris's diesel heater install. Right now, Matt, Mr. Blur, is working on his power system, and I'm going to be working on his diesel heater, just to kind of speed things up. Chris right now is putting his diesel heater together, exhaust intake, fuel lines, and all of that stuff, so that we can drill the hole, plunk it down underneath, and then me and him will go underneath, and I'll show him exactly how I kind of set them up. It's nice having someone that is very interested in how and what to do on a diesel heater install, so that he can kind of, he knows what he's getting into if he ever has to repair something on it. So Chris, thank you for being such a champ on wanting to learn things. You know, it's a very cool trait. It's a very good trait to have in van life, and you're gonna do well, buddy. Anyway, I'm gonna get on some pants, and then we're gonna get out there. I'll show you guys exactly what we got going on. I don't know if you can see that flag up there. Try and get a shot of it as we drive past, but it is just going crazy right now. The wind has picked up very drastically, and as snow is falling, I'm happy getting out of here and going home, man. Stay warm, buddy. We're gonna try in here. It's actually so cold, my van doesn't even want to get the temperature. So we're gonna let that idle for a bit. Go check on the boys. See how they're doing. Oh, it's so cold out here. Oh my god. Oh, okay. This is a good sign. So we're gonna have to go from the battery under the van all the way to the back, come up from the floor, and then install the wire. How's it going, dude?
What's up?
Yee-hoo! Cool.
I got wire right here.
Oh, dude, wicked. Look at this setup.
And all this. So batteries. We need to see where that wire is going to go. And I still need a chunk of that wire, so that's why I just don't want to cut it yet.
Looking good, man. Looking good. Ew. Oh, nice fuse.
That came with the thing.
No way.
Right here.
Wicked. So he's got the same charge controller as a few of us have now. Works pretty good. Alright. Just get cutting holes.
Shampoo is better.
Okay, so I just connected the last bit of fuel line here. Now this thing is all good to fall into the hole that we drill. Make sure when you're running your wire and you mount your plate that you run your fuel pump wire out. Make sure it's on the outside of the plate, because I've done that in reverse a few times and had to remove this entire assembly just to do that again. So lessons learned, do it the right way. So yeah, this goes to the fuel pump. I'm going to connect that here in a second because they're close anyway. And then the last bit that goes is to the monitor, and then negative and positive to the body, or to the battery, sorry. And those batteries there are the ones he's going to be using for right now. Him and Matt are currently outside figuring out how to run the wire from here back to here. We're thinking possibly a hole like this. We'll kind of just use for the wire. We're going to be running like a 4-gauge wire to these batteries. Oh, sorry, a 4-gauge wire from the front of the van to this charge controller to the batteries. Also, where he had the seats removed, these holes will actually come in handy for running wires or a fuel line to come back in and go into the jerry can. So yeah, it's the only part of the fuel system that ever has to come in is the fuel line that comes in to your fuel tank. He does have a 10-liter tank, but it's easier just to get a 20-liter jerry can and you get more fuel capacity. Let's do it. How's it feeling out there, boys?
Holy, conditioner is better.
Conditioner is better. Alright.
Drilling a hole over there.
Drilling a hole over here? Okay. Let's get to drilling. Professionals.
Yeah. Things are cold, ladies and gentlemen. Things are cold.
What's the temperature right now, anyway?
Shrinkage.
Shrinkage. Strong floor, buddy.
That's a strong floor.
Alright. Now we can run the wire. Okay, guys, we got the whole fuel system laid out here. We got the power system all connected to here. The last part of the power system we need to do is go underneath and zip tie this wire to the chassis all the way to the front to the vehicle's battery. But first we're going to install the diesel heater. So right now I need to cut a hole thanks to Donna's Road Trips for this. We can cut a nice hole, well, 2 holes for that stuff, and then plunk it in, and then positive and negative to the diesel heater. And you should have heat tonight. Let's do it. And there we go. Now we just gotta put all of this down the hole and bolt them down. Alright, you guys, we got the heater in. The last thing we have to do is hook up the positive and the negative from the diesel, or for the diesel heater. And I've already connected his monitor right here. He can mount it wherever he chooses. After that, we have to run the fuel line back in. He's actually underneath mounting the main wire to go up to the front, and also everything underneath. I'm gonna go underneath in a few seconds and give him a hand, and also point out where the run the fuel line back in. Alright, you guys, it's absolutely freezing out here. We got the power wire on. Everything's, for the most part, zip tied up underneath. Close the hood, Chris. Let's get in. So right now, we've got everything ready. He just needs to grab some diesel. When he comes back, we're gonna put the jerry can back right here, like so. And then we're gonna prime it all up for him and make sure this thing fires up. All right, Chris, I'll see you when you get back from the gas station, buddy. Okay, you guys, so this is the time it takes from starting it to the time the alternator light turns on, indicating that your front battery is now charged and it's sending the charge to the back batteries. There you go. She's alternator charging for the first time. Yeah. Woo! Holy smokes, it's cold out there. Now that we're all done, I can finally enjoy my donair pizza from Señores that Chris got me earlier. I really wanted to get that diesel heater in for him before it got too cold, before I could sit back and enjoy it. But now it's time. So we're gonna pull over to the street. Paige here is gonna go get me a coffee. God bless her heart. And enjoy our pizza, a coffee, while we wait for Chris to get back. We can prime up his diesel heater and fire it up for the first time. This is very cool to be able to see that alternator charging light come on. It's a sign of good things. Brr, just another minus close to 30 diesel heater install, you know. So this just goes to show you guys, you know, you can install these diesel heaters pretty quickly if need be. And now that Chris does have a diesel heater installed, when he goes to, and if he goes to ever switch a diesel heater out in the future, it's a lot simpler because the hole's already there, and the hole is sometimes, most times, the scariest part of a diesel heater install. Thankfully, everything went pretty smooth. Thanks to Mr. Blair for helping with that wiring, because all in total, full power system install with 2 batteries, charge controller, fuse, lug connections on each wire, full diesel heater install, fuel system ran, all the wires for the diesel heater in, total install of everything, 3 hours, 3 guys. So there you go, guys. Can be done very quickly. And as you can see, it's extremely cold out tonight. You know, my fingers and face was absolutely freezing. Another huge shout out to these glove lights. They're these things, man. I'm telling you, I don't know what I did with it before, but I'm super glad I got them now. Also, I didn't use my fancy headgear mount because it's just simply too cold out. I will, however, go over what we did underneath Chris's bus with the diesel heater a little later on in another day when it's a bit warmer out. But for now, you'll just have to look back on my other videos where I did diesel heater installs as well, and get an idea from that. You know, it's pretty simple for the most part. Like I said, 3 hours, 3 guys, and if it had been warm out, I could have rushed around and got it done myself within 3 hours. But having those guys' help really made a difference, just to get it done, get it over with, just in the nick of time for the cold to come in. Hopefully this all works perfectly and Chris can at least ride out this cold week with some heat. Needless to say, when you get a heater in, doesn't matter if it's a bare bones van, bare bones bus, it could feel like luxury with just having heat, you know. Living with the bare bones minimum in a vehicle, every little necessity you get really makes a huge difference when you don't have it. Take these lights for example. Everything I had in my heater, everything I had in my van, heater and all, still really didn't feel like a home until I got these lights installed. Now, having everything lit up, it really does feel like a home. So it depends on what you need to make it feel comfortable for you. Some people it's a heater, some people it's lights. For me, kind of think it's a combination of all of it, really. Now that I have this whole setup for living in a vehicle, doesn't matter which vehicle I go to, this whole power system, diesel heater, solar panel, all of the whole setup, even the speakers are gonna come with me to every single vehicle I go through in time, right? So, whew, with all that being said, I'm gonna relax in the back and wait for Chris to get back with a full tank of diesel. We're gonna prime it up and I'm gonna try and rest for the night, and see what all happens tomorrow morning. I got a few people around me right now that could possibly need some help throughout the night or in the morning, and I kind of did that intentionally just so that we're all kind of hunkered down together. If anybody needs a hand, it's as simple as running over, knocking on the door, hopping in for some heat, warm up, gather your senses, and then tackling the problem. You know, having that community around you when it does hit these temperatures makes the world a difference. It saved me plenty of times, and when we do adventure more around, I tend to take that mentality with me. You know, if I'm parked near someone, I can see they're struggling for the night, you best bet I'm giving them a knock just to make sure everyone's okay and everyone's staying alive. So, yeah, I'm gonna eat this pizza. Check with you guys in a little bit. Pizza, let's do it. Okay, Chris is back. Let's go see if it'll prime up and fire first shot. Chris! 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 Sweet.
So I had to detach the line just to bring it outside because I've closed that door up for good.
Oh, okay, okay.
My guys just tried it. I didn't want to cut them, but I put it back together. But these clamps.
Yeah, they're not doing anything, are they?
No.
I find this with a lot of these diesel heater clamps. They literally just.
I mean, I could bend it the other way.
It just float.
But I mean, it's in there pretty good.
Yeah, it is. So, just keep an eye on it, and if it starts to leak or whatnot. So you got a full tank of fuel?
Yeah, $30.
Beauty. Okay, can you hold this guy?
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're going to prime this puppy. And the way you prime these screens, I found it recently. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, there you go. So up and down. And you're gonna hold this until you see it go all the way through. And if you can, go underneath, because it's gonna take time to fill that fuel filter, get to the fuel pump, and then to the diesel heater. But once it gets to the diesel heater, it should fire up right away. Most times I'll like to just prime away until you feel like you're a little too far, and then you're probably there. And then turn it on in the heater, and most times do the rest. as you can see right
It is. It's very slow, but it's
Very
moving.
slow.
Yeah, but you at least you know it's going, right? It's just kind of. Yeah, that's promising, at least. And we got the battery power to run that all the way until it finally gets there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's picking up speed.
There we go. So right here is what we're curious on to see if it's gonna leak or do something funky.
So that's that line comes with the kit, right? The white line that's going into the tank.
No, your line comes with the green one.
So then, wouldn't the diameter of the green one be larger?
Yeah, it is, but the diesel heaters will only really take that amount of fuel.
So where'd you
right?
get that white one?
Just came from Matt.
Oh man, I gotta thank him for that.
Yeah.
Because that's a solid line. Like,
Yeah, and that's what really comes in handy for these these jerry cans, because it helps the line sit at the bottom.
Yeah, otherwise it'll curl
Just
up and
curl,
kind of
yeah, and it'll float to the top or whatever. So right here, look, see all those those bubbles building?
Yeah.
So
That's air's getting in it.
Yeah, we got air getting in here somewhere.
So I mean, I could
Yeah.
bend that the other way so that
Do you have any
tighter.
electrical tape?
No,
No?
I have duct tape.
It'll work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to seal so the air doesn't get in, right?
No, I'll show you my little trick. So this is what I've had to do in a pinch, and it just seems to work for me. Not that much.
Kind of fill in the space before you put the clamp so that it has like less of a gap, right?
Yeah. Grabs you a little better. Use a little bit more. Just like that. And we're not sealing it with the tape. The end is still open right here. We're just giving something for this clamp to put pressure on. Squeeze that line a little better. There we go. There. And hopefully that will know as soon as I click this. The bubbles should stop. And there you go.
Bubble free.
Bubble free. We'll get it, and we'll check in with you guys when it fires up. And there it goes, you guys.
What that do?
What they're doing.
I don't hear it clicking no more though.
Yeah, it'll get quieter. I'm surprised it's that quiet actually for the way that you mounted it, because it's just zip tied right to the frame. Oh. There she goes, you guys.
Hello.
So now we're gonna hold it until we feel like it's reached there. Okay, you guys, we primed it up. We got it running on max right now. Don't step on fuel line, that's gonna be a health hazard. But we primed it up, and we got it running on max right now. Hard to see with the thing. There you go. Got it running on max. And it's currently starting to try and blow heat. If it shuts off again, sometimes the heaters will just kind of reset themselves until they get the fuel. But if not, it's just a simple prime and then turn on again, and then keep repeating that process until it blows hot air and doesn't turn off. I feel that. Got hot air already, dude.
Yeah, it must have been primed all the way.
Yoo-hoo.
That's awesome.
There you go, man.
Thanks.
Yeah. The turtle is warm.
The turtle is warmed up.
Wicked, dude, wicked.
So it'll be interesting to see how well it's, or how much more insulation I need to put depending on how we run it.
Yeah, dude, this is going to be a wicked test. Because even this stuff, I bet is going to help big time with just that.
At some point, I guess, well, now it's running. I can run the bus to charge it.
Oh, yeah. Anytime now.
Yeah, but once I actually get the bus shut off and I run it, I'll get a good idea of how much more insulation I need to put. Even it wouldn't be too hard with how square everything is.
To just,
put
yeah.
in the foam and then to put in the board. The same thing in the back is very square. Everything's very rectangular.
We should rob Happy's insulation.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'd want something thinner too, right? Like even the chairs, you can notch them out, and it would still rest on that kind of. You could notch everything out, and it would still rest on that kind of ledge there.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, we'll check in with you in the morning and make sure this thing's still running. Update on Paige's heater up front there. We ended up running and flooding the crap out of it, and we got it running as well. So 2 running heaters. It's gonna be a good night, hopefully. My phone's gonna be on just in case. Cheers. Wow, you guys, huge shout out to Chris and the minibus for helping me recover my phone. Hoping it'll be alright. This is the one that I've been filming on up until I got the one that I'm filming on right now. So I went over to Chris's bus to prime it and make sure the heater was going and stuff. And seen a couple coyotes in the field. Decided to chase them. And basically ended up losing my phone in the snow. It's currently 1:30 in the morning. I lost it at 11:30. So I'm gonna put it in some paper towels, maybe some rice later. Set it in front of this heater for a bit, not super close because I don't want to overheat it right after freezing the dang thing. But mainly super glad I was able to recover this thing because I've been really become a big fan of this puppy. So this basically turns your phone into a camera, and I've been really loving this thing lately. It makes me feel all professional and stuff. No way. Telling you, these iPhones, something to be said about the toughness in them. Oop. Chris. With that being said, you guys, I think I'm going to end the video off here. And we will check in with you guys in the next video to see if my phone makes it through tonight. So I hope you all have a good night, and thank you all for following along on another adventure. And I hope we can get out and adventure more and get out of this parking lot like I mentioned in previous videos. This cold snap really made us want to come back just to make sure everybody's okay, warm and safe, and I think it was definitely a good call, as soon as we got back we had 2 heaters fixed, so it all worked out. I'm hoping everyone continues to stay warm, stay safe, and we'll check in with you guys in the next video. So until next time, remember, never give up on living life, because life is the most precious thing we have. I'll see you all in the next one.